Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I have been collecting Warhammer for many years now. And by many years, I mean many decades. Well, actually, only 2 decades. Everybody enjoys this hobby differently. Some of us like painting the miniatures, some of us like gaming with the miniatures, and some of us, like myself, enjoy the collecting side of the hobby. Over the years, I've collected other armies such as catechins and Tau, and I've sold some armies like catechins and Tau, and I've acquired other armies, and today I have accumulated a total of 6 40k armies. Those armies consist of Chaos Space Marine, Necron, World Eaters, Tyranids, Deathcard, and of course, the Orcs. For my first videos of 2025, I thought it would be a good idea to catalog my entire collection so that I can keep track of my hobby progress throughout the year. I calculated how many models I painted last year, and the total number was 27. Now sure, that's 27 models that didn't have paint on them previously, but at that rate, I might have my entire collection painted in maybe 10 years, assuming I don't buy anything else, of course. Because I have accumulated so many models across my 6 different armies, I'm going to break this collection series up into 2 videos. This video will focus primarily on the armies of Chaos that I collect, and the next video will be all of my Xenos armies. Here is my entire Chaos collection currently. I have some Deathcard, I have some World Eaters, and I have a Chaos Space Marine force that I am painting as the Sons of Horus. This is a majority of my Deathcard army. I have a few tanks and stuff here, some stuff in the boxes. I have a few trays of World Eaters, and I think this side's all Chaos Space Marine, and then more World Eater and Chaos Space Marine boxes here. So I guess this is my pile of shame stuff, and then these are just built and in various stages of painting. But yeah, we'll go through everything individually, see what I have built, what's painted, what's unpainted, what's still in shrink wrap. So let's crack them open and take a look at what I got. Let's take a look at my World Eaters. I previously posted 2 videos on how I'm painting my World Eaters, which are these guys up front. In the video, I only finished half of them, so these guys are still waiting to be finished. But this is the overall color scheme that I'm going for as far as painting the skin, armor, and everything. I have some more World Eaters here, including a World Eater Demon Prince with wings, a Mauler Fiend, 5 Terminators. I have, I believe his name is Azrak, Terminator character. I have a Hellbrute with magnetized weapons. His weapons are in there as well. I have 6 Exalted 8-bound. On the tray that I used for episode 1 and 2 of my Project World Eater series, I have 6 regular 8-bound, 10 Jackals, 10 Khorne Berserkers, a Master of Executions, and Khorne the Betrayer. On this tray over here, I did combine my Khorne Demons with my World Eater collection just because I don't really have a Demons army in general. I just have a few units of Demons. So over here I have 20 Flesh Hounds that are just primered. I have a couple that I put some color on, trying to figure out a color scheme, but I do need to paint those. Here I have 30 Bloodletters, a Bloodmaster. I have a Lord Invocatus still in shrink wrap. I have a Combat Patrol, so that's another 20 Khorne Berserkers, 10 Jackals, and World Eater Lord on Juggernaut, so I can make both of them. In this box, not everything is still in here, I have Angron, which I will probably not build until after I have everything else painted, just because I don't really have the space to put him anywhere right now because of how big he is. So I have Angron in here, and I also have a Helldrake. I don't know if the Helldrake is any good in World Eaters, but I have 2 Helldrake models. One I am painting for my Chaos Space Marine army, and since World Eaters can take a Helldrake, technically, I figured I might as well paint one in the World Eater color scheme as well. Probably won't be using him, but they just look cool in my collection. This is where my World Eater army is currently. I do want to continue my Project World Eater series. Might be this tray next. I kind of really want to paint this Demon Prince for a painting competition soon. Some of these I'm still leaving in boxes until I make room to store everything, especially some of the bigger models. There are a few other units I do want to get. I mean, I feel like for the most part, all of the Khorne troops and characters and everything I already have. The only other things I want to add 2 Rhinos, and then maybe some other demons. I do want to get some Bloodthirsters just because they just look like such cool models to paint. They look very formidable on the table, and like, you know, next to Angron. That is my World Eater collection. Here is my Deathcard collection. Deathcard is the army I have most recently been playing with. I played in a local 40k league here in Vancouver last year, and I brought the Deathcard, and they were just super fun to play with. Lots of really interesting units. Still my favorite plastic kit ever so far has been Plague Marines. There's just so many different options for them. I don't think I have any two Plague Marines that look exactly identical. I love that kit. Very cool kit. Yeah, so this is what I have currently so far. Let's go ahead and go through it. I have 2 Plague Burst Crawlers over here, a 3rd Plague Burst Crawler that has its treads magnetized, so it is magnetized on there. A Predator Annihilator, Predator Destructor, 3 Mephitic Blight Haulers here, 3 more Mephitic Blight Haulers here. They're super cool to me, and I thought it'd be fun to maybe run 6 of them in one game. Haven't tried it yet, but I do want to. A Hellbrute with some weapon options. The arms are magnetized. Some Blight Lords. I think I have 5 Blight Lords over here, 6 Death Shroud Terminators over here, another 5 Blight Lords here, 1 Deathcard Rhino, Plague Surgeon, don't really use him, but still part of the collection. Typhus, of course. The Tallyman, I do have 2 Tallyman. There. 2 of the Playcasters here, a couple more characters. For the most part, most of the characters that I can run multiple of, I do have multiple of. I don't always run multiples of everything, especially like the Tallyman, for example, or the Noxious Blightbringer, but I do have 2 just in case at some point they do become good and I want to run 2 of them. I have the option to do that. A Lord of Contagion here. I have 2 Lord of Contagion? I have Lord Felthius and his Tainted Cohorts. 30 Plague Bearers with the Poxbringer. Again, I don't really have a lot of the demons in this list. I just kind of added them with my Deathcard units. 3 drones with the 2 flamethrowers. Very fun to use. 50 Poxwalkers. 6 bases of Nurglings. Little plushy Nurgling here. I think I have 35 Plague Marines here. I have a couple other characters in here as well. And then unbuilt, and in the box, I do have 3 of the Plague Drones, a Mortarion, and I have a Demon Prince that's unbuilt. Again, with the bigger items like Mortarion, I don't quite have space to put them right now. So once I get everything else painted, or at least, put some color on everything, then at that point, I will give myself the reward of building Mortarion. I'm honestly not sure who I'm more excited to build and paint, Mortarion or Angron. Here is my Chaos Space Marine Army collection. You can see that I don't really have a lot of stuff fully painted yet, but I do have the turquoise and gold trim because I am trying to paint my army as a Sons of Horus army. I know they are not technically 40k, but I just really like the aesthetic of the Sons of Horus, so that's how I'm going to be painting my 40k Legion. Now let's go ahead and break everything down. Here I do have 4 Chaos Space Marine Rhinos. 2 of them are Horus Heresy, 2 of them are 40k Rhinos. All 4 of them do have the Forge World Sons of Horus Rhino doors on them, so they do match the whole aesthetic of the army. Here I have a bunch of Legionnaires. I forget exactly how many, I think it's like 35-ish or something. Different weapon loadouts, 5 Chosen in the front. I have 10 Havocs, 10 Terminators, 13 Possessed, 6 Obliterators over here, 30 Cultists, one of the only squads I have that's fully painted, 2 Master of Possession, a Sorcerer, a Terminator Lord, a Regular Lord, and a Dark Apostle. Over here I have a Vindicator tank that looks like it's Deathcard, but that's just how I bought it. Obviously you can't have them in Deathcard, so I will be repainting it as a Sons of Horus. A Hellbrute, which is one of the older generation models with the fixed position with the multi-melt on one hand and the claw in the other. 2 of the spiders, can't remember their names, we'll just call them spiders, Chaos Spiders. A fully painted Mauler Fiend, so that you can kind of get the idea of the aesthetic of what I'll be painting the rest of the army as. And I also have a Chaos Space Marine Demon Prince. No wings. I have a Vashtor here as well. And in this box here of unbuilt models, I have a Helldrake, 5 more Terminators, and I have 5 more Possessed. I had actually bought, I think, 2 of these boxes, so I have a bunch of Possessed. As you've seen before in my World Eaters army, I kind of use some of my Possessed as substitutes for 8-bound and Exalted 8-bound. So I might do that again with Emperor's Children when they come out. Depending on what Emperor's Children get, I do really want to get an Emperor's Children army. So the 5 Terminators in here and the Possessed are being saved for when Emperor's Children come out, and if I need them for that army, I'll paint them as that. Otherwise, I'll either paint them as Sons of Horus, or I might get rid of them because I'm not sure if I need that many Terminators and Possess. Inside this box here, this is the Dread Talons box that came out sometime late in 2024. This box has most of what's in here. It has the Jump Lord, it has the 10 Raptors, it has 10 Cultists, 2 sets of the Dark Commune, and 2 sets of the Accursed Cultists because I bought one extra set from a friend of mine who didn't want them. This is my current Chaos Space Marine Army collection. Quite happy with how it looks at the moment. Of course, I do want to get some more paint on them. I did test some airbrush colors here. I think these were contrast paints. I tried a couple different things so far. I think I might have to try something a little bit different to see how I want to finalize the look of the armor. Of course, I want to get kind of in this realm because I don't want to repaint him. I do have quite a few things I do want to add later on, such as a Land Raider. I want to add a couple Predator tanks for my Chaos Space Marine. I'm kind of leaning more toward the Horus Heresy Predators because I think they just look cooler than the 40k ones. As of right now, I'm just focusing on trying to paint as much as I can before I start adding more to the collection. This is my current Chaos Space Marine force. And this is almost the entire Chaos Space Marine Legion's army in one view. I do have a few things down here, and I do have a few other tanks over there. Again, there's stuff in the boxes as well, but that looks pretty cool when it's all put together actually. As I mentioned, I am more of a collector, so seeing my collection all out in the open like this is just so cool to me. I just wish I had more of it painted. But that's what we'll be working on this year, painting up a lot of this collection, especially the Deathcard and the World Eaters. And like this is a nice snapshot of where I'm sort of starting in my YouTube journey in 2025. Thank you so much for staying until the end of the video. If you did enjoy the video, please like the video and comment whether you think this is too big of an army or not, or whether it's not big enough. And if you would like to see my next video where I show my entire Xenos collection, please hit subscribe so that you don't miss when that video releases. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later, hobby friends.